All right, we're getting started. Laura St.John here from Strong Confident Living, and I am here to really talk to you guys. I actually wrote this out as a blog that has not yet been published, and I look forward to publishing this blog as a written post too, because sometimes people learn better by reading, some people learn better by seeing, some people learn better by hearing, right? The different learning styles. But ultimately, I really wanted to talk with you about having more freedom and 5 action items, 5 simple steps every single day that can change the course of your life. So I always do these mastermind calls with the purpose and intention of turning that light switch on, finding and fueling that inner entrepreneur that I know is inside of you. And it's inside a lot of people. I mean, 72% of Americans want to be in business for themselves or dream of owning their own business. So when you guys as business people are thinking about what do I want to be doing? How am I going to be growing my team? I wish I had my own business that was exploding. Know that pretty much 3/4 of the population agrees with that thought process. So all in all, if you're down that entrepreneurial path, you're heading in a good direction to build an audience that can come with you. So know that, okay, that you're already on the right track with that people want more freedom. They want to wake up with that energy and excitement of I'm on the right path today. You know, they want to wake up energized, saying, I'm ready to hit it today. And if you lead and you know where you're going, they will follow. So that's just a little bit, that's everybody. Well, it's at least almost 3/4, right, of people. So know that you're on the right track. So I want to talk first about what holds people back. Okay, this could resonate with you. It could resonate with people that may be joining you. So I want to talk about a couple things that might just be holding you back. And if for those of you joining in, just welcome in. I'm muting all the audio as you guys chime in. Welcome. So what holds people back? Typically 3 things. 1, they see this vision of themselves being an entrepreneur and it's so big, right? Like the beauty of this vision is so amazing and it seems very far away from where they are right now. So a lot of people get lost in overwhelm and don't know how to take these simple steps. That's why I'm going to be going through 5 simple steps today that everybody could take. Because if you're one of those people or you're working with one of those people that is a visionary, that can see this grand vision of, yeah, I want to come there with you. Yeah, I want to be this entrepreneur. Yeah, I want a life on vacay or life on the beach. But it seems so far away from who they are right now that they're going to need these steps. They will need this guidance of these 5 steps to get there because they need a blueprint more than anybody. Otherwise, that gap is too big from where they are today and where they see themselves going. So that's your first set of people that get held back, that you need to feed these steps to. The second set of people is people that just, like I said, 72% of people wish and dream that they're doing something on their own. So that to me means 72% of people do not like their current situation, or they might even hate their job, or they basically don't like their life. They don't like waking up every day to what they wake up to. So this is where I see opportunity, right? If someone doesn't like something, then that's your opportunity as a business person to say there's a need, right? 72% of people, there's a need, I have a solution. So this is where those groups of potential entrepreneurs have they just need an out. They need an out. And again, these 5 simple steps for them are going to help them see an out. Okay, that's realistic. And that they can, what's cool about, we found the vehicle of Isogenics. What's cool about, if you do find the right vehicle for a business opportunity and you're an entrepreneur, this works. I mean, all of these tips work with any business. So this is just me being like business-minded Laura sharing some tips with you. But what I love about finding vehicles like Isogenics is that people who hate their job or hate their current situation can actually start doing it in the pockets of their life. And when you fuel them these 5 simple steps that I'll be sharing with you, they can start doing it in the morning, which is what I'll be sharing with you. They could start seeing that they could do it at lunchtime. They could do it at night. They don't, that there is an out. That's what you're going to be painting for them. And then the other third group of people that often get held back are the people that are the starters, and they start something and they're all gung-ho and then they stop. Okay, and then they get into that cycle and pattern of starting, starting, stopping. And, you know, I've fallen into all of these categories in different times of my life, so I can really relate, and I'm sure you might even say, oh, I can relate to that first, second, or third group. But the self-starters, my sister Kat says, you know, Laura, you're the biggest distraction to your own self sometimes, because I just get so excited about things. I want to do so much. I want to fill up my plate. Okay, but the people who start something and then stop something, you don't actually see it through. So again, these simple steps, the 5 simple steps that I'm going to be sharing today, of wanting more freedom, creating change in your life, are going to be game changing if you fall into that category, or you come across business people that want to be entrepreneurs with you that fall into this category. Because those self-starters that then get really excited and then kind of get stuck in the rut and then be like, oh, now I want to go move on to the next thing. You also need this commitment and consistent action towards these 5 steps that you will do every single day. Okay, so if you're just joined in so far, this is Laura St.John, Strong Confident Living. I'm talking today about the topic of wanting more freedom, 72% of people wanting to be entrepreneurial or follow their dreams, not working for somebody else, and 5 simple action items, 5 simple steps that you can do every single day to get on a new path, change your life. Okay, so I just talked about 3 kinds of areas that typically hold people back. I'm not going to go into detail, but basically the people who see the vision clearly but don't know how to get there, the people who don't like their current situation or hate their job, and the people who start and then stop and then start and then stop. Those are your main categories of people. Those are your people that you're going to be working with, or you might even fall into this category, okay? So the best way to change your life, and this is the best way to present it with people, is not to do something drastic, okay? Drastic changes shock our bodies, and they create kind of a significant event, you know, sometimes, and it creates more self-doubt and more things that are gonna hold you back. So I'm going to talk to you about what will work, okay? But just know that if you're like, boom, that's it, you know, one day I'm just gonna completely stop what I'm doing, I'm gonna leave my job, and I'm gonna, bang, start something new next Monday. Okay, that drastic change is sometimes too much of a shock for people. You won't have the 72% of people following you unless you easily, gently guide people in towards change. And honestly, change, when you do it that way, is a lot more everlasting. It's a lot more resilient. And when you try to do it drastic with people where you're like, yeah, just leave what you're doing and just jump in, join me, like just leave that job and start isogenics with me. That to people is like, whoa, okay, all their logical mind is going to be like, no, this doesn't work. Okay, so know that not to do something drastic, that how to change people's lives and patterns is to do something daily that will lead you to who you want to become. And that's really important. This is what I want you to ask yourself and the people that you're bringing on board with you every single day. What daily action items am I taking? What daily habits do I have that is leading me to who I want to become? That is it. It is that important that I'm going to repeat it again. What am I doing daily? What daily action items or habits am I doing today and every single day that is leading me to who I want to become? Okay, now I'm going to answer those things with 5 steps for you. So that's really, really the foundation of everything. And now I'm going to get into these 5 steps. So step 1, well, actually before step 1 is put the phone down when you wake up. Because so many of us have gotten into the habit of just getting busy with your everyday busyness, because you wake up in the morning, you might roll out of bed and it might be right next to you, which is, don't sleep next to your phone. That's actually an easy way to keep it far away. But just plug it in. Don't look at it. I put it on airplane mode, 1, so I don't get radiation at night, and 2, because then nothing's beeping, chiming, nothing's coming in at me. Everything's on airplane mode at night. Okay, so don't pick up your phone and start scrolling through messages, texts, and emails as soon as you wake up. That is the biggest distractor for you to get sucked into your everyday that's existing right now. So that's just a quick little don't. Okay, now I'm gonna be doing the do's. So here's the 5 steps that you need. Step 1, your daily dose of belief. Okay, so daily dose of belief. This is so critically important. I want you to ask yourself every single morning. So this is, I spend about a half hour to an hour every morning on these 5 things. And this is what has been game changing for my life. And I want you guys to think about, what are you doing daily that's leading you to who you want to become? But are you doing any of these 5 things right now throughout the day? Well, what if you shifted them to the morning? So you woke up every single day, didn't get distracted by your everyday stuff, and just started working. You wake up an hour earlier and wake up and work on a little bit of these 5 action items just every morning. So every day, then when you do have to go then do your other job or your busy work, you've checked off the most important part of your list, which is you becoming who you want to become. Okay, so step 1 is the daily dose of belief. And this is what I want you to ask yourself, okay? You're asking yourself 3 things. And soon you'll get so refined in knowing what you want that this will become easy. It's going to take a little longer at first. The 3 things that you're asking yourself in step 1 is, what's the vision of what I want? Why do I want it? And what do I believe about it? Okay, if you answer those 3 important questions, what do I want? Why do I want it? What do I believe about what I want? Because when you align your beliefs with your vision and why you want it, which will be your drive to get there, that'll be how fast you get there, those 3 things will make you unstoppable. If you start your day, that's the first of the 5 steps, knowing that every single day, it's gonna get really clear. I mean, to me, it's on a little card now that I read every single day. It's the same thing of, what do I want? Why do I want it? And not how am I gonna get there? Okay, this is some of the how. What do I believe about it? I believe I'm gonna do it, right? Or do you not believe you're gonna do it? That's gonna be what holds you back or doesn't hold you back. So what do you want? Why do you want it? What do you believe about it? Okay, now for all the skeptics who are watching this, I was a skeptic of this myself. I was like, I kind of know what I want. I never had done anything like this. I sort of know what I want. I kind of had it in the back of my head. Like, yeah, I know my goals. Like, yeah, I want this, or yeah, I want that. But it was not as clear as writing it down and looking at it every single day. And there's a lot of brain science behind this. It's worthy of another whole discussion or blog, but just know that your brain power and how your connections happen, the synapses and all this connectors in your brain and your power of your imagination, and what you believe to happen, it works. So just know there's a lot of brain science behind it. And that's why I'm saying that you don't need to know the how right away. You just have to very clearly and vividly know, like a movie playing in your head, the what you want, why you want it, and what you believe about it. Because the more that you see it, the more everything will you'll just start to see that closing the gap of those things starts to happen quicker and quicker. It'll actually uncover the vehicle, the how, later. So for me, the vehicle became Isogenics. I just wanted the desire to inspire people, speak, teach, write, get people on a healthier lifestyle, make people feel better. I thought it was the gym business. That was cool, but I knew I could reach a bigger audience. So then I was like, I want to be, what do I want? I want to reach a bigger audience. It wasn't how do I do it? Then Isogenics fell on my lap saying, well, here's a vehicle, Laura. Like, here's a platform. Then Growth You fell on my lap being like, well, here's a mindset challenge. Here's another, amazing platform. So anything that integrates things that you love, for me, it's education and teaching. It's healthy living. It's, the right mindset. It's this stuff. Like, you'll get to the how later if you do that daily step. So honestly, guys, that takes 5 minutes of your morning. But it's the most powerful 5 minutes you will have of your whole day, because the more that it becomes clear and the more that you see it, the better that the more likelihood that it'll come true for you. Okay, so that's step 1 of 5. So that every day, every morning until it's so crystal clear. It can be anything. There's no wrong answer. It can be, I want new furniture. It can be, I want a beach lifestyle. It can be anything. No one's telling you how to write your story. Okay. Step 2, daily, so that's your daily dose of belief, which is your vision creation. Step 2 is daily dose of connection. This is where you build your audience. Okay, this is where the how starts to emerge. So you now know what you want, why you want it, and what you believe about it. The next step is, well, who's going to come with me? Who's my audience? If I had a business that was going to be launching, who am I helping? Okay, who am I serving with my business entity? So this is any business, guys. But for me, and if you're following me for Isogenics, this is how it applies to that. Okay, so this is my, what I call like the daily dose of love and connection, but this is me building my audience. Okay, so this is 3 C's that we've created at Strong Confident Living, our lifestyle brand for our business, and they work, so they'll work for your business too. So 3 C's are care, connect, celebrate. Okay, this is your livelihood. This becomes your list of people. So the 3 C's. 1, who are you caring for? Okay, so for me, who are you caring for? This might be, I want you to wake up every day with the intention of who will I help today? Not who might I help, who needs help. No, who will I help today? With that very positive will word. Okay, and then this is where the care comes in. So for me, I like to support people first. So care comes to me before connection because I have that intention. I want to help people. And when you set up the who will I help today, a couple of things should happen. If you're doing Isogenics and you've already signed people up on a 30-day system, there should be very key times that you care for people, that you check in with them. And we do it on, and I'll do a whole broadcast on this of what you actually say during these care points, but we care and have these touch points with 5 times within people's first 30 days. So we sign people up, we find out when they're doing their first day, day 1, we're checking in, open the box, how's it going? Day 5. Are you feeling all the things that we said you'd feel? Day 14, like the magic's already starting to happen. How are you? How's it going? All these check-in points. Day 20, have you reached your goals? Where are you at with your goals? Let's assess next month and start planting the seed. Day 30, their next pack's already on their way. You're just like reassessing with them that, you can't wait for them to get started to maintain this healthier lifestyle. So that's care during people's first 30 days, because that care leads to the resiliency, retention, long-term. Okay, so 3 C's is who am I caring for today? And that's where I make a little list on a whiteboard where it's, who do I have that I'm caring for today? That's basically who do I have already that I'm supporting? And that's one list, okay? The next one is connect. So care, connect, and celebrate are the 3 C's. But first it's care. Who am I supporting? Who needs that little text message, Facebook message? Who needs a call today? Just how are they doing? Because all those things are going to be really helpful in building that trust, building that friendship, building the support that is any business. Okay, the second one is connection, as far as reaching out to people. So if you're still starting off saying, who will I help today? Then the next thing is, who am I connecting with? Who pops into your mind? Now, this is any business, right? Who am I going to connect with? Who's my audience? Who's new that I can reach out to share my product or service? So this is the same thing for Isogenics. Who am I connecting with today? Who hits my head as far as someone who's already doing protein shakes, who is an athlete, that I've met recently, who is entrepreneurial, might be part of that 72% that hates their job, right? Who loves to travel and wants more freedom, who, just had a baby, or who's getting married, or who's aging, who wants to age more healthy. This is where that who do you know list, that connection list comes into play. And every single day you're thinking about that. Every day. So this is step 2 of your success, depends on who your audience is. So who are you caring for? Who are you connecting with? You have to connect with at least 2 new people a day. You have to, if this is a business that you're building. Or what business are you building? If you're just following me because you're following me for business, who is your audience? Who are you connecting with? We did this with our gym business. Who are we connecting with in our community? Who are we reaching out to? This works with any business. So care and connect. Now the third part is celebrate. So you care for people, you connect with people, you celebrate people. This is an amazing way to build your leaders, build your business, because when you celebrate someone, you're basically, doing it privately or publicly. I love the private celebrations where I'm messaging someone like, awesome job, I noticed you, XYZ. Always look to celebrate effort and attitude. It really lifts people up. Besides like what they might be doing, that's really awesome, but look to their effort and their attitude. I love the way you lifted this person up. I love your effort of how you push through, that cleanse day. Whatever it is, this is any business, but this is particularly works in isogenics, right? You care for it, you celebrate, and you connect with people. So every day, that is your step 2. What am I doing? And I have it on like a tiny little whiteboard. So this says like Laura's morning routine. And here I go. But, I have that's like my note saying, look at my vision board. That was step 1. Get my daily dose of belief. What do I want? Why do I want it? What do I believe about it? Boom. Step 1's done. Step 2, how is my audience doing today? Okay. Who am I caring for? That's number 1 for me. Who am I caring for today? Who needs a little help? Who needs that little support? Okay, the second thing, who am I connecting with? Who's new that might need some help? Okay, that doesn't even know yet that they need my help, right? Let's start that natural, normal conversation with them. Let's get the convo going until there's a need that I can insert a solution. I'm not just gonna go calling being like, I've got something to sell you. Okay, that's not how you run business. People will run from you. So you just connect with people and you have normal, natural conversation. We have other webcasts and videos on the art of connecting. Okay, that's how you connect with people. But celebration is so key. I missed this for so long. I didn't celebrate my people. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm missing a whole level of leadership development. And if you're growing any business, you need leaders to emerge with you. So leadership development comes through celebration. I want to celebrate your effort with this. Did you know? That's the same skill set that it takes to run this business. You have what it takes. When you start pointing out and celebrating what works and why it's working for people with their effort and attitude, you're turning a little switch on in their head, being like, you could do this too. You could pay your story forward now. Congratulations, you just lost that weight, or you're fitting into that pair of pants now. You're an example of what's possible. Let me celebrate you, but you should be celebrating it too. Let me share with you how to pay that story forward. And then we'll develop a Facebook post, or we'll develop a share, or we'll talk to them about sharing their story with other friends and family. This is any business that you want to expand viral. You celebrate people's successes so they can be an example of what's possible with others, and that gets shared out. Okay, that is step 2. If you do just even those 2 things every single day, you can start, getting on a new path and exploding a potential business. Just those 2 things, okay? That's why they're at the top of my list. Now step number 3 is your daily dose of knowledge. What you're tuning into today, or you're watching this replay later. The daily dose of knowledge is you want to, as you embark on something new, depending on where you are and your level of unleashing your entrepreneur, becoming knowledgeable and skilled in your profession is critical. So think of an area that you don't have enough belief in. Okay, so for me, it was belief in network marketing when I first started. There was no way that I wanted to ever be doing anything like this, right? So I had to really dive into learning more knowledge about the industry, what sets Isogenics apart, what makes, what's going to build up my belief through knowledge, okay, through learning more about it. So I want you guys to think about where you hesitate the most, where you might see the most common objections whenever it is that you're sharing anything that has to do with your business. So becoming an entrepreneur doesn't mean just going out and selling stuff. You become knowledgeable for the sole purpose of for the sole purpose of being resourceful. Okay, I'm going to say that again because this is so important. You do not want to get caught up in the know-it-all pitfall. I don't want you guys to just be going around being like, I know this, I know that, I know all the answers, because then everyone's going to always be looking to you for the answers. So Isogenics trains us really well on being a good tour guide. So where I want you to start every single day, this is why it's step 3, is you've done step 1, the most important to me, why you want to do all this. You've now done step 2, you're starting to connect with people. And then 3rd on your list every single day is, okay, what do I need to learn more about that's going to arm me with more knowledge, so that's going to make me more rock solid, so when I get out there in the world, I'm even more believable. I hold myself that much higher. You know, I'm stronger, I'm more confident when I'm speaking to people. I have more certainty, I have more belief. That's going to ooze out of you. So think about where you hesitate. Is it on a price objection? Is it on a business model? Is it on, you know, whatever it is? That's where that points you to the direction of, this is what I need more knowledge on. This is what I need to learn more about, so I speak with more conviction. Okay, so I want you, as step 3, to commit every single day. If you truly want to become an entrepreneur and get on a better path, every single day, commit to one piece of knowledge that you're going to learn through a website, a podcast. You're doing it right now if you're watching this. You know, these are 5 action items that you will take every day to get more rock solid. Okay, so daily dose of knowledge. Knowledge, remember, unlocks your ability to become a really good tour guide for people and being resourceful. That's the purpose. And so you become more bulletproof. Okay, then step 4 is your action items, your weekly goals. Okay, so if you haven't set up a weekly goal, I'm gonna share my screen for a second. Okay, well, I'm pulling mine up. Oh no, sorry, step 4, I knew that was missing one. Promote upcoming events. So daily dose of knowledge was the 3rd step. And then step 4 is promotions. Okay, in any business, you now know what you want, why you want it, you know, and what you believe in it. You now are building your audience, step 2. Step 3, you're getting more knowledgeable. Step 4 now is you have to promote, you have to market, you have to toot your own horn a bit to get people going, or you're never going to get anywhere, right? So what events are coming up? I mean, not necessarily daily, but I have daily, weekly, quarterly. How are you promoting things? If you're not out there marketing and promoting, okay, then you're not going to be building your audience. So lead by example. So it could be an event that you're going to. So perhaps you're saying, I'm listening to this call by Laura St.John. It really helped me. Then you promote it to your team. Okay, maybe you're going to a conference or a weekly event that's an informational event. Whatever it is, I mean, I fell in this trap a long time. I still do. I mean, that's why it's part of my steps. That's why I'm giving you guys the same 5 steps that I do every single day now, because otherwise I forget and I get to the day of and I'm like, shoot, like it's today. And I didn't plan, and now I'm the only one going. And I could have probably rallied like 10 more people to come with me had I just put a promotional plan in place. So I want you guys to get proactive, and that's why this is step 4. Once you know these other first 3 steps and you're starting to build your audience, all these things are going to just come more and more into play. So promoting upcoming events is what's coming up, why you're interested in it, and why you want other people to come alongside you. Sometimes the best way is to just be like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to, what I signed up for, but it's going to be interesting. I'm going to learn so much. Just come with me, right? And you just pull people to come with you based on that belief that you know it's going to be fun, or you know it's going to be a good outcome, or, you know, speak to people's, you know, interests. Maybe they're interested in learning more about the nutritional side. Maybe they're interested in learning about a business opportunity. Match people to the right events, but get people to events and start promoting them. That's step 4. So it's so important that it's on your daily list. What's coming up again? Oh yeah, this is coming up in 2 weeks. Who's coming with me? Who should I be inviting? Who else has popped into my head? So think about that. It's way more fun to do business with a team that aligns to your vision. Okay, and then the 5th step is aligning to a weekly goal and action items. Now, I have to say the action items I'm giving you, these steps that I'm spoon feeding you, these 5 steps are going to be life-changing, okay? Because if you do them consistently and you commit to them daily, they're going to happen. But if you align them to a weekly goal, you will be unstoppable, because all that vision, belief, and knowledge will get you so far, right? And promotions to events. If you now set a weekly goal right now, okay, in the next week, I want to grow my business by X%. Okay, so I do this with our gym business, okay? In the next couple of weeks, we want to see X many more visitors per week. Okay, any business. Same thing with Isogenics. In the next week, I will enroll 2 more people. In the next month, okay, and make them realistic, make them achievable, make them measurable, you know, follow that SMART. It's like an acronym to make them measurable, achievable, realistic, and on a time frame. Okay, so that is really important with your goals. Set a weekly goal, because otherwise all that vision and promotions and all that, like if you are also every single day as step 5 checking in on what was my weekly goal? Am I on target with it? Then it's going to change steps 1 through 4, right? You might get a little bit more aggressive with step 2 if you're almost towards the end of your week and you haven't hit your goal yet. So you might amp up step 2, which is care, connect, and celebrate, and try and amplify that to make sure that you're on target with your weekly goal. So having a weekly goal is really, really, really important. According to the 90-day game plan from Isogenics, if you just write down a weekly goal, you're 43% more likely to attain it than not writing it down at all. But if you have it weekly with action items, then, and like a weekly check-in, this is why, you know, our team, we do a weekly call, then you're 76% more likely to achieve it. So that's basically my tips of the day. It's 5 steps you have to do every day. So if you spend about 10 minutes on each step, you'll be 1 hour closer every single day to your desired outcome, to your desired freedom, and you'll enter your day so much more satisfied that, like, wow, I actually just spent a whole hour of my morning doing something towards who I want to become, which I will now more likely get to because I spent like a good power hour on that. I add in the first step when I'm doing my vision stuff of what do I want, why do I want it, you know, what do I believe about it? That's when I go to the 365 daily growth on growthyou.com. There's a daily tip of the day, and it's so helpful. You know, it just gives you one little tip of the day of how to grow and expand yourself. And, you know, a lot of that is what helped me put all these steps in place. You know, just every single day making that checklist of these 5 things. So I hope that's helpful to you. And I'm going to stop the recording. So I'm going to stop the share. Thank you for listening.